Hello and welcome back, everybody,
to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney in Turnabout Sisters. I think that's the name of this one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, let's begin.
To court! There he is!
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fay.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today. He'll be on me in an instant.
I bet you want him to be on you in an instant!
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Oh, hey, pal! Witness, please state your name and profession to the court, even though we already know. Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of the homicides down in the precinct, sir! Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder was... The murder
was... The murder was a statue!
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir.
The court accepts the statue as evidence.
Again.
They're still calling it a statue.
You're muttering.
They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record.
Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
Damn right he will. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There was 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony.
Smack.
Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness testimony, she would bluff and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
Something the matter?
Ow.
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination.
Woo! Hold it. Nah, I don't think we need to know that. Yeah, let's press this one. Bonk.
Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care.
I just thought it was funny.
What are you doing with Maya Fay?
Gone?
Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it. You did say it.
You said it.
Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough! Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, you remembered. Ah! Gah!
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. That was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
There you go. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word mile was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How'd you like that? That's my hard evidence.
How'd you like that? It's my hard boot up your ass.
Woo.
Before we begin a cross-examination, I have a question for you, detective.
Your Honor?
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Now what?
Well, maybe have a look at the court record, if you're not sure.
So, we have the autopsy. We have the conversation.
Did you see something on the autopsy just then?
A single blood force trauma. Death was instantaneous.
How could she write the name if she was already dead? Next one. That's the one.
I object. Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This report from your department, detective. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But...
No butting your way out of this one, detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When? The day after the murder. The day of.
No, it was the day after.
The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being...
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object.
Oh, falsifying evidence, Edgeworth, really?
But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. It's not falsified. I received these results this morning. How'd you like them?
No way.
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. Oh, thank you. That is all.
I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look so shocked. Something you want to say? Throw Gumshoe under the bus!
What? Throw Gumshoe under the...
Gave you the autopsy report!
Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham! How could you give me a faulty report?
Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe? I am disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
I'm sorry, Gumshoe!
What? But... Your Honour, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Well, Your Honour, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the correct conclusion, yes. Damn, this isn't good!
So the prosecution will be calling its next witness this poor innocent girl saw the saw the murder with her own eyes. What? You want another drink?
Yes, please. Let the witness, Miss April, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Bleh! Bleh!
Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Oh!
Wink.
Fuck those... physics jiggle. Outfit's nice though, I quite like it. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd! The witness will refrain from wanton winking!
Wanton, not wonton! Oh, she'll refrain from winking like a bloody starter or side dish for Chinese food. Sorry, it was you, not me.
The witness will refrain from
wanton
winking!
Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom! Apart from Edgeworth, this is mine.
Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
I was in my hotel room.
Ugh, fuck off! I hate you.
I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Oh god, she's made me bite my finger just then, Eek, sorry.
It was 9 at night. I looked out of the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink.
Ugh.
Do you like the jiggly tits?
What?
Well, Your Honour?
I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. No, it's not. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... But wait, Your Honour! Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Don't you?
Like her bosoms. Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey! How dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes! I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination.
I hate you, Wright.
No, you don't. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to.
I definitely don't.
She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Woo!
Finally.
Hello, I got my boobies out.
Right. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
Right.
I question
the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing. I'm willing to bet that she saw nothing because when I went to the hotel room, it would be hard to recognize anybody from that distance. I don't think she saw anything.
Well, even then, what would you recognize about Maya even from a distance?
Her clothes, not her figure.
Exactly. You saw nothing!
You know nothing, Jon Snow! Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Oh no, you are fucking clueless.
How dare you say that about me?
Don't say anything about you are like, you bitch. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique.
Damn right, Phoenix.
No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me.
Why are you roasting her right now? Her sister died.
However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed like that the way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise. Wink.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Sure thing.
I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her, and she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think. How do you know it's a clock?
I'm gonna press her on that one.
Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Oh, I shall, because
Is it really necessary, Your Honor? I mean, I pick only the best witnesses.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm concerned about that one.
Not that one. The girl with the hippie clothes, you mean?
No, not that one. That clock, the kind of statue clock, the thinker.
Press.
I want to press her on that one. A clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Yes, it did. Your only case. Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. That clock, the statue.
Present the thinker, maybe?
I'm going to. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer.
Fuck off!
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person, much in the same position as you recently, called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concern.
It's not trivial! Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. I will not! But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Thank you! Phew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices at Fair & Co?
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fair & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard that clock.
Nope. I'm not satisfied. Well, Mr. Wright, you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because...
It couldn't have rung.
It couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang.
Inconceivable! It's...
Oh, sorry. Did I say inconceivable? Yes, I did.
inconceivable!
It's
I keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. It's empty.
It is. She removed it and shoved papers in it.
That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look, right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
Fat!
Well, Miss May?
Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
Oh, for fuck's sake! He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That is true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honour.
That is exactly bullshit, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Impossible, of course.
I have proof!
What?
Wasn't it you who just told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is...
Maya's phone.
Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Order!
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it?
The good detective better remember he
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
Beep.
Your Honor? I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel! Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr.
Yes!
Wright? Yes! The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well, it's fucking
please-
statue again, isn't
Please
it?
produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. It has to be.
It's the fucking statue. Dude.
It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
Thank you, pay fucking attention. A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything's sold in stores!
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today?
Ooh.
What's it to you, you porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Wink.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it.
We're bringing out the wiretapping, aren't we?
The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard. That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way that she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May? You were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. Ow.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon, it was a clock.
Is a phone.
I present the defendant's cell phone. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Your Honour, this is ridiculous.
Your Honour, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defence demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you lawyer?
It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it?
If that did it, the court's seeing the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. I don't know. She didn't do the murder, we know that.
Why the wiretap, I guess.
Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question!
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippy-tapping, irrelevant?
Gosh, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While the court does not condone the defence's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee.
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink!
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder.
Then how did she see it? From her window. Yeah.
It proves she's not a witness, though.
So where does that leave us?
It is my great displeasure here to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. The testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fay, commit murder.
No, they're going to just let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless a time is made to the murder somehow. Well... What does the defense have to say? Well...
You call the bellboy?
I want to continue examining it. No, call the bellboy.
Because we don't know for certain.
The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've set them quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy.
Why? What's your reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness.
Condition?
If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognise that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fay. This is not legal. That is my condition.
What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Accept. I've got no choice.
Yep.
Alright, I've got nothing to lose except, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap.
No, I didn't. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. There is something suspicious on this testimony.
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Why have you still got that tray? Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. Happy to be of service.
So you brought it with you?
Clearly. May I have a biscuit?
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Well, yeah, well, next time don't bring the tea set.
Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself, while perving on her tits.
I see. The defence may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. But
time to press him, I guess.
I believe.
So you can press him if you want.
Well, he says I believe. He's not definitive. I'm going to lose stamina for this. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and the point being, I remember her quite well, sir.
Yes. What then?
He's talking about her tits!
Yes, why 9 on the dot?
I don't know. Ask.
I'm gonna die. 9 on the dot, you say?
Stamina only goes down if you do false,
presenting?
Yeah. Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir.
9. The time of the murder.
Press.
You are sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely?
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favoured me with a, embarrasser, sir.
No.
What? Embrasser?
Thank you.
Is that what it is?
Yes. But look at the order of the letters.
Oh, embrasser, sir.
Embrasser. Is that French for embrace? Embrasser.
Embrasser.
It is French for kiss, sir. But
Oi!
not a French.
I'm the bellboy! It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheeks, sir.
But why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. It's nothing here. Is that it?
Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie.
It's not lying, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. Can't let this happen, can I?
Protest!
Wait! Please wait! Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honour, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in? Room service.
It has to be room service. She had 2 glasses of wine in there, remember? Someone else is staying with her, surely. If you press options, you can save it here in case we fuck up. There you go. Give it a save quickly. But I think it's room service.
Tell me again about room service.
Again, sir? At exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall.
I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive?
Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice.
What did he say? What did you say?
Rather quiet.
Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
I object. That was objectionable.
On what grounds, Edgeworth? On what grounds? Come at me. Ah.
No.
Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you didn't ask.
Do I need to ask everything? Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Ah, yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Ugh! You fool. Tut tut.
I've done it. I've won.
No, you haven't. Not yet.
Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room?
That's right, sir.
Your Honour, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person?
Simple, it was...
The man with Miss May.
the man who checked in with Miss May.
We know, fuck off. Ugh.
Your Honour, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi for the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Ugh. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous.
Enough! The court acknowledges the defence's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, Your Honour.
That is all today for the trial of Maya Fay. Court is adjourned.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there!
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
No, Mia.
Maya, calm your titties. You're 17 and he's 24. No.
Also,
No.
also he's
no.
Phoenix's, so don't get your hopes up.
You're not even an adult yet, honey.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention centre now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir!
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis,
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
As for a full record of April May's testimony, I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Actually, a lot of good. Anyway, time to hit the pavement to do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention centre, and it's up to me to set her free.
To be continued. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment about what's been going on. Do you like my ever-changing voices? It's probably annoying.
Well, if you've liked what you've seen and wish to support us, please consider subscribing to our Patreon, becoming one of our lovely beans today. If, however, that's too expensive for you at this time, please consider a one-off donation on our Ko-fi, helping a poor tea-wench today.
Yeah.
For now, though, we'll see you in the next part. Dragon out.
Live out!